What's up? What's up? Hey, everybody in DoorDash land, whoever you may be, drivers, customers, whoever. It's my fifth installment of the DoorDash Daily Recap videos. Um, in case you may be new to the channel, which everyone is new to the channel because it's a new channel. So just to kind of re-emphasize, I don't have a secondary recording device for to do ride-alongs. So for the time being, I'm doing what I call a recap video. This particular video is covering one delivery from yesterday, September 19th, and today, the 20th. So I will just recap some things here. And of course, these get posted at a later date. This will get posted in there's about, on all my videos so far, about a week and a half delay, somewhere around there between when I record them and the time I post them. Anyway, yesterday was a started off a slow day. I wasn't making very much, and also I hadn't seen my wife in about 3 days because of our opposite work schedules for that time. So I was kind of wanting to spend time with her. I was scheduled to dash, but I didn't really want to dash, at least not the whole day. It was kind of one of those days. And so and also I was kind of wanting to go out to eat with her, get something for lunch. So I was thinking about just stopping early and kind of cutting my losses for the day. I was only, by the time when this offer came in, I only had like a little over $30. And I was just going to do like one more lunch order and call it a day. Well, I get this catering order. So, oh, okay, well, it's, now I'm not, and this should be, 11.50 with a hidden tip. I'm thinking like $20. Well, okay, I'll make $50 for the day or whatever. And so I go to this Jersey Mike's, and I'm a little bit concerned because it is, as you can see, it is a large order, 28 items. I want to say it was 12 drinks. Now it was bottles, fortunately. And I want to say like 16 subs or something crazy. So I get there and the order's not ready yet. And it kind of feels like it's going to be a little while. And like I said, I'm kind of wanting to log off to get something to eat. I'm getting hungry, so I don't know. This order was kind of worrying me a little bit because I don't know how much longer this is going to be. I don't know about all these drinks. It seems like it's going to be this is going to be an order that's going to be a lot of weight to it. And if I'm only getting $20, I was kind of thinking about dropping this. But they got the order ready, and I mean, it was kind of a heavy order, but it wasn't that bad. And they put everything in, like, I want to say 5 sacks. I put 2 of them in my catering bag, 2 in my pizza bag, and then one of the sacks with the drinks was just loose. So I loaded all that up, went to the place, and it delivered to a business that I've been to several times before. So once I got about a half a mile away and looked at the pin again on my map, then I knew where I was going. And so I get there, and normally I just go right to the door, and that's about as far as I go. But since there was so many sacks here, the lady asked me if I could walk in, and I walked clear down this long hallway back to the conference room where this was delivering. And it was like a long walk for all that I was carrying. I mean, my arms were getting a little tired, to be honest. And she said to me as we was walking down, she said, and I'll throw in an extra tip for you, and I thanked her. And then so when I closed out, I saw this. Whoops. So $51 of 40. I wasn't DoorDash. I mean, they sometimes they hide larger when they do hide a tip. You know, it can be a quarter or 50 cents that they hide. It could be $5 or $10, but they hid $40, over $40 on this one. Crazy. That's about as high of a hidden tip that might be the highest. I don't know that I've seen $40 hidden before. I mean, that's crazy. And then now that's without the extra 10. So and it was after I got back home, logged off. It was probably a good 20-30 minutes later. She added an extra $10. So it actually ended up being a $61 order all total. And so that's my highest paying order. That $63 order was less than 2 weeks ago. So in less than 2 weeks time, I get single orders paying over $60. That's crazy. I'm wondering if one of these days I'm gonna get a $100 order. I'm sure some of you watching maybe have gotten a single order paying $100. That would be pretty awesome. um, and then so I finished yesterday with what was gonna at first looking like I was only gonna get $30 for the day or whatever. That ended up being a nine because of that order. I ended up clearing for yesterday $97.80 on only 7 deliveries. I was logged in for 4.5 hours, but I spent a lot of time here at home. I was next in our other room here, the bedroom. I was laying down in bed waiting on an order for about like an hour and 15 minutes. I was just laying around in here. And so 4.5 hour dash, I was only active 2 hours. So 2.5 hours downtime. So active hour wise, I made, what is that, 40, over $48, almost $49 an hour active hour. That's crazy. And mileage, 37 miles. So I killed it on mileage yesterday. 60 miles under the dollar per mile goal. That's probably a record for me. It has to be. Now we get to today. So the first order today, I started early, around, as you can see, 6 o'clock in the morning. First order that I got here from home, $6 McDonald's. The only thing with this order is I had problems. It was an apartment complex with a gate code, and I saw the number, but when I looked at the instructions too fast. I didn't see that there was a pound sign in front. So I'm sitting there entering the code and it's not opening, and all kinds of names are flashing across it. It looks to me like the thing is broke. I mean, I don't know much about gate codes and security codes and crap like this. I don't mess with them hardly ever at all. So I'm obviously no expert. So I figure I gotta pull away from here and call the customer because I'm having problems getting in. Well, there's a car behind me and they have to back up, and it's just, it's irritating. I go to this other gate. I feel, well, let me try the other gate to the complex, and I couldn't get in. I go to call the customer, and then I see the fucking pound sign. Like, you gotta be kidding me. So I drive back and enter the code with the pound sign, and it opens right up. Just you know, all the instructions, and it's like DoorDash is a job of simple, very simple tasks pieced together. Everything's simple if you just pay attention to each little tiny detail. And if you're somebody like me that thinks you're a badass and thinks you can just go through the motions and glance over instructions, the simplest little thing that you miss in instructions by not reading shit to the letter will cost you. And it aggravates me that I feel like I'm somebody that pays attention to detail, but I don't. um, and now let's get the small orders rolling here, and I'm gonna roll through all of these little tiny orders. I'm gonna roll through them right now as quickly as I delivered them. Let's go. Here we go. Bam, 550 little order White Castle. Check it out. Check it out. 350 1 mile Tim Hortons. Knock it out, baby. Little order. $3 McDonald's. Hey, but only 2 miles. Dollar per mile's okay. Screw it. $3. Let's go. Boom. Knock that one out. Here we go. $3.50 McDonald's. Knock it out. And another thing I'll mention right here too is some of you watching for, man, this guy's what the fuck is he doing taking all these $3 orders? Is this guy stupid or what? Well, see, the thing is about there's a couple things here. I mean, that I go for $1 a mile, and this is, better than $1 a mile. Okay, so that's number one. Number two, you got to understand about my zone, and I'll talk about this in other videos. It's I work in one zone where all the pickups are in one zone, but you might as well say that I deliver to 6 zones. And I even include the area that's like 5 miles south of me, which is included in this zone. But I consider it a separate zone because you got a 5 mile gap there. So I deliver down there. I deliver to that zone over there. There's 2 zones north of me. I deliver to 1 zone out east. I deliver to. You're delivering fucking all over the place. And so that's why, yeah, there's all these little tiny minimum orders, but number one, all those little dollar amounts, those are all going to add up. And I got $100 daily goal that I try to shoot for. So those little orders, they add up. They don't take long to do. They add up, and I'm not going to Kingdom Come to deliver orders where, like, 40, sometimes 40, 50% of my offers are out to downtown Columbus and out to the east side and out there. These are all staying right here. So that's another reason I don't have any problems a lot of times knocking out the little tiny orders. Now, if it was $2, if it said like $2 4 miles, no, I'm not doing that. I may be a little bit stupid, but I'm not that stupid. Okay, let's keep them going. Now the next two get slightly better here. So 575 McDonald's. I mean, that's a little bit better. And then when I was going to get that, they stack it. Well, so I picked up 2 orders, and this one was only an additional half a mile. So what is this? This is like 1075 for, you might as well say, 4 miles. So that was a good stack right there. And I'm still, even after this, I'm still not even at my scheduled start time for the day, 8 a.m. Okay, next we get next we get my first drop of the day. An IHOP going to downtown Columbus. No thanks. Not much explanation needed there. Um, it was even dollar per mile. It was even over to top it off. And then I get another quick little $5 2 mile. Keep them coming, man. Let's keep these $3 orders coming. 375 Wendy's, knock it out, man. I knocked that sucker out. Keep them coming. $3 1 mile. Hey, I'll do it. Keep them under $6, man. Let's keep it coming. 575 2 miles. I got it. I'll take it. Done. That was actually only two. It was multiple, so you had two items, and it was two of each of those two items. Um, and this one, interesting story on the delivery. In the notes, it said to deliver to the guy would be at a car next to a dumpster that he was working on. And so I pulled in, I saw the dumpster, I saw this car that was on a jack and wires coming all over out of it and all this and that. And but no guy. And I sent a message that I was there, and I started to call, and then I turned around and I seen him. So it's kind of funny. Okay, next. Oh my gosh, $9.50. We get out of the $3 and $5 orders. I got something paying $9 here. It was over 9 miles, but he another thing too is here you see the time 8:55, so I'm within a few minutes of getting to my dead zone area, my 9 to 10:30. So that's why I went ahead and took this. I've had taken all those little tiny quick little bangers and stayed in zone with however many orders at what was that, like 50 or 60 $3 to $5 orders. I lost count already. But I done all those orders, and okay, yeah, we're getting to 9 o'clock, and traffic's gonna be nothing. When you get like just past 9 a.m., traffic's not an issue then. So I figure I'd go ahead and take this and do a longer order. Um, and no problems with this. Then I get there. Sometimes Cracker Barrel's bad, but this time the order was ready and there was no staff members anywhere to be found. So I just saw that the sack was my customer. I just grabbed it and went. The customer was really cool when I got there, and so that was an easy delivery. Okay, next we get, now this is the interesting story from today. Okay, so on this order, um, and you said 9:30, so we're still in that. Now this is the perfect time here to get these like auto parts and package delivery type orders and this type of stuff. I wish these auto parts stores would somebody would tell them to place these orders like this at, at the times where dashers are slow, because getting orders like this at these particular times, this is perfect. And if they could somehow like coordinate that, I mean, I know you can't really tell a customer when to place an order, but it'd be nice if they could. If they could always place these between like 9 to 10 a.m. range, and then 1 p.m. to 3 p.m., that'd be perfect for dashers. But anyway, I don't mind these type of orders at all. In fact, and another quick side story, funny story here. My 1,000th DoorDash delivery was a car tire. I delivered out to the east side and I was coming back, and I got a order number 1,000 for this like warehouse near where I was, and I pull up not knowing what to expect, and I picked up a car tire that I threw in the back of my car and delivered to a tire center. But anyway, so I go and I pick this up, and the the mileage doesn't bother me or whatever. So, and it's only one item. So I pick it up, and I go to the delivery. I get there, and I check in, and at first the guy's not familiar with like who's should be getting a package or whatever. And then he's like, "Whoa, I wasn't expecting anything. Just drop it off here, and I'll get it to him." And then so I give him the pack, and then he goes to look at it, and he's like, "Oh, wait a minute, this is for such and such company. They're not here anymore. This is like their old address, and they moved out, and they got a different address now." And I was like, "Oh crap!" And so I just told the guy, "Well, okay, I'll get on the phone with DoorDash support and see what they want me to do." So I go outside to my car, I get on the phone, and as I'm doing that, I look at the package, and the correct address is listed on the package. And I never looked at that. I went into the Advanced Auto Parts, I pick up this package, but I don't look at it. I'm just going to the address that's in the app. And so anyway, I called DoorDash support, and long story short, they tell me to return the item, even though I had presumably the correct address. I still needed to return it back to the pickup location, and they needed to uh, replace the delivery request with DoorDash with the correct address. So they told me to return it, and that I would get return pay. And this is the next screen here, and this is my very first ever return. I mean, I've had some orders before where either like I had an accident or a flat tire and the delivery got canceled, or like the customer canceling an order. And in those situations, I keep the orders, and they, you don't return it. This is the very first time I've ever like actually returned something, and never seen this screen before today. Um, so now I know. Now it's a learning experience. And as I was going back, now this was high mileage. I mean, I drove the actual address was in zone. The address where it was supposed to go to. So this was should have probably just been 1175 for maybe like I'm just guessing 3 or 4 miles. But I drove an additional 6 miles, and you might as well say like, gosh, I don't know, 8 miles back or whatever, 14 miles or whatever, for $17. Now I wonder if I had caught that, if I had looked at the package before I left and seen a different address that wasn't matching my app, and I would have called DoorDash then. I wonder if I could have just not driven any of those miles and just took it right back into the store, returned it, and still got the $17, but and not driven any miles. I or would DoorDash have still tried to make me go to the address in the app, and I still have to attempt to drive there? I don't know. Has anybody watching this been in that situation before? And let me know what happened and how it played out for you. And then I got a drop on this one. I know I've been banging out the little tiny orders up to this point, but I dropped this one because The last 2 or 3 times I've been in Aldi's, I have had the most terrible luck in there. And I knew without even accepting this and looking at the items, I knew that it was going to be two items that I was going to have trouble finding in that store. And Aldi's is like 10 feet wide by 10 feet long, and I go in there and I still have trouble finding items in that store. I don't get it. I don't understand Aldi's at all. And I figured it's not going to be worth the trouble for just $4. So I declined that. And then I get another auto parts deliver. How crazy is this? I've done these before. I've done like 4 or 5 of these before, but to do two of them in one day back to back, weird, very weird. And this was going to Bexley, my first ever Bexley delivery. That's where the birth home of my mom and where my mom grew up. God rest her soul. I normally won't drive that far out east, but again, 10:15 in the morning. So I'll drive out there. $17. That's going to get me close to goal, and it's my slow time. And I figured I should be able to. And this is just like one. It actually wasn't one item. It was two items actually. But I thought you can see I was close to the pickup. I was still at the Advanced Auto Parts, and Napa was just on the other side of the street. So I figured I should be able to drive that out there, get back probably before 11, and be able to still be back in time to do a lunch order or two and cross over my goal. So I went out there. No problems finding this place. The dude in there was really cool. Easy pickup, easy delivery. $17. If you don't already know, and if you haven't done these type of orders before, they don't have tips. And I don't think these customers can tip because of the type of order that it is. So it's this. Anytime you see one of these auto parts orders, it's strictly just base pay. And then I pause the dash because as far as because I did not want to take a chance on picking up an order on that end of town. As Rob Parker, the sports journalist, would say, no way, no how am I picking up a lunchtime order on the east side. You can forget it. As soon as I drop this off, I pause my dash and I start heading back here. And then, so I got back in time for lunch, but it was not a lunch order that I got. It was a Target order. And I'm going back east again, but I figured this is only one item, and it's the mileage kind of sucks because you gotta figure your return mileage. So I knew this was gonna put me over goal on miles, but I figured what just going into Target one item, and this probably, as far as the pickup and the delivery, this probably isn't going to be too bad. So let me just do this. I know it's higher mileage. I'll do this order and then I'll be able to stop right here. Done for the day. And I went to Target. All it was a COVID test. I found a worker who pointed it right out to me. Really tiny box, checked out, delivered it to a hotel that was right off the interstate. This was 100% interstate driving. Easy peasy. delivered to a hotel room, put me over goal. I came back. Now I was over on mileage, but it wasn't too bad. So for the day I did, I was just kidding, 40 to 50 orders. It was 16 orders. It felt like 40. 16 deliveries for $104.63. Logged in for the dash for 5 hours, 10 minutes. I was active 4.5 hours. So there was only like not even 40 minutes of downtime today. I was, I was one order after the other, and 111 miles. So not bad. Um, just a little over 6 miles over goal on that. And that is it for today. So, very interesting last couple days, and learned something today about returns. And again, let me know what you guys, if you guys have done these auto parts deliveries as well, what you think of them. I've still yet to do like a package delivery, like the UPS, or where you pick up a package from somebody's house and go to like UPS or FedEx or wherever. I haven't done one of those yet, but maybe sometime. But anyway, that is it for this recap video. Again, like, subscribe, check out my other videos, and thanks for watching. Until the next video.